Welcome to D&D Tonight, everybody. My name is Bradley. I'll be your Dungeon Master for this evening. We are going to go ahead and introduce our cast, talk about our sponsors, and then get right into it, as Liv would say. We have, on my left here, Dom playing Zeren. We have, it's been a day. We have Allison playing Rowan.
Get it together.
We have our guest star, Jonathan, playing Everard. We have Liv playing Merritt. We have Adam. Still. Playing
replacements never show up.
I keep asking for them to, and they won't return my calls.
We keep calling the Actors Guild, and they just...
They keep sending him back. He's like a boomerang.
They don't want him either.
Yeah, I just don't think they don't want us.
He's been uploaded as a joke. And
I haven't weird.
And we playing all of her clothes off. Pardon me, I had a bubble in my throat. And then we have Rachel playing Minth. Remember this time around. We are getting right back into our narrative. All that happened last episode was combat. Timora
threatening to beat your ass.
Yeah. Tamara came in and laying down the law for Rowan and for Zeren. Yes. For a heist they did from her temple.
I'm not saying I told you so.
For lack of a better term, Rhea did some exposition on the Hell Riders and a little bit on the Exito, this mysterious figure who keeps on popping up. You guys make it. Over the past 4 days, the weather on the coastway where you've been traveling has gradually worsened. Dark clouds release heavy rain until the road runs thick with mud. Yet you trudge on, passing by friendly merchant caravans heading to the north. Thank you to Corporate Streams for putting us onto the internet, and Requiem Coffee, Tea, and Fantasy for housing us.
I'm so lost in the story now. That's part of the story.
Shout out to Kyler Kellogg for doing all of the amazing artwork, and now we're done. Let's get into it.
Yeah. So, on the morning of the 5th day...
How many brain cells do we have left today? God.
Collectively, maybe 2.
-1.
There's like 2 different directions.
So, on the morning of the 5th day, the rain subsides, but the dark clouds remain. Ahead, you can see a path that branches from the wider road, heading to the sea. A raven perches solemnly on a leaning post bearing 2 signs that point like arms to the west. One says, the Way of the Lion. The other says, Candlekeep. You guys want to head down to the Candlekeep one?
Whoa.
Is that where we need the Way of the Lion?
Yeah.
That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, it sounds really neat.
It sounds
real,
cool, but
everything.
is it a good idea?
It's like a lion pit.
Can we make a history check to see if it's even worth our time?
Yeah, would I know
Sure.
it at all? Any of us?
The 2 of you can make history. Actually, you can make that history check as well.
Would I know?
Roll it.
That's going to be a dirty 20. That is going to be history.
History.
That's going to be a 25.
Okay.
Ooh, go off.
12.
We're hearing
smart.
stories.
Okay, degree.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Zeren, sadly you don't get anything from this. Having been a student of Candlekeep, you know that the Way of the Lion is actually a high road that if it's been raining, people usually take to get to Candlekeep. Plus, it gets you the scenic route. So it'll still lead you to Candlekeep, but it's on a higher area so that when rain happens and flooding occurs, it makes travel a little bit more easier. So actually going to Candlekeep this way through the direct route might impair that. And Merritt, you understand this too through your transit travels and hearing about like different ways to get to different places.
Yeah. I mean, but you said it is going to start raining, right?
It has been raining for the past 4 days.
So a
We
cat?
should probably take the Lion's Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get there.
Sounds good.
So, the afternoon sun shines through the clouds to illuminate the gray walls and pale spires of a time-worn fortress that stands majestically atop a rocky promontory overlooking the sea. The trail leads straight to it. As you guys enter in, at the gatehouse you are greeted by 3 monks in purple robes, a human, a dwarf, and an elf. Around their necks hang holy symbols, where there is a lit candle above an open eye. Yeah, you want to make that religion check?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah. Anyone else interested, you may also. Go for it.
So that's going to be a 20.
Praise be.
You guys are stupid. I'm saving my 20s.
I listen. This is just a 17. Okay. I'm
Okay.
really good at religion.
That's
this is
all
gonna be
right.
a 21.
You know what? Consistency.
The two of you understand that this is the god of Denir, the god of writing, essentially. He's like the scribe's god, the one for cataloging
No, I'm
information. Bunch of nerds.
God.
Alrighty.
Oh.
The elf actually approaches you, very tan, bronzish complexion, blonde, long flowing hair that is tied up in just the back in a portion. So part of his hair hangs down towards his face to kind of frame it, and the other portion of it is braided in the back. He says, "Welcome to Candlekeep. A gift is required upon entry of a single book, tome, or any written or cataloged work."
Would you take one of my journals? Like
Yes.
a book of songs?
May I?
Well,
opens it up?
wait.
Begins flipping through pages.
I have lots of books.
I'll go ahead and
also
do
have
merit
a
first.
feature, though, that says you and your
This is
adventuring
free
companions
feature.
can expect to receive free healing, care, and shelter at a temple, shrine, or any established presence of faith.
Ooh.
Because feature, shelter of the faithful. So do we have to give something up?
This is technically not a temple.
Damn it.
So in this case, yes, you would.
Nobody ever gets to use those like background features. I was very excited.
He goes
I
ahead
think
and
we will
he
at some
closes the
point.
book. He's like, "We will
Maybe.
grant you entrance within our walls." And he goes ahead and he places it into a small little knapsack. He says, "Please, come in. You must be, where have you traveled from?"
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate. Goodness gracious, what an endeavor. Philaster's like, yes, it's great. Now let's go ahead and get some fucking salt and bread. Starving. What? This is home to me. This is guest for you. They're gonna roll out the welcome wagon. I just want to sleep in my own bed. He kind of moves past. He's like, you two hang around them and show them where's at. Make sense? Good. Like to see nods. Nods are great. I'll see you guys around if I see you. Give Silvira my thanks and let her know what I've done. And I'm gonna nap most of these wounds off. Take care. And
Nap
Fallister
sounds great.
leaves. Rhea kind of looks. She's like, he may be a cutthroat individual, but he's also curt.
Sometimes it's good to get to the point.
Yes. Other times it's just rude. Bless his heart.
That's the best we can ask for sometimes.
You begin to go into this area. You're taken over to actually a place called the Hearth. The Sun Elf who's leading you says, "This is our local pub. It is a place that is that has like massive wooden cross beams and a narrow shuttered windows. There's a large fire pit in the middle of the room that you can see from the windows itself. It's like, please have some time to rest up here if you wish during your off hours. Is there anything you're looking forward to do here in Candlekeep? What has brought you to our fair little establishment here?"
A succession of events that I would not like to relive.
Well, that sounds like an ordeal that you've been through. But is there anything specifically that I can help you with?
Do I know like what Candlekeep is, like what they do there?
It's like a Hogwarts.
But I'm saying with Zeren,
Oh.
though,
It's like a Hogwarts
Make a history check.
on the coast.
like have we talked about it before?
You've spoken about it a little bit, but go ahead and roll a
Okay.
history check for me just in case.
Hey, who knows? I forget like that too. 10.
10. So what you know about Candlekeep is it is essentially a very large coalition of monks, wizards. It's basically a higher education area, one of the very few universities that exist on the Sword Coast. And while its primary purpose is to gather, disseminate, and redistribute knowledge as it sees fit, and to gather more of that to boost its own studies up, it also utilizes interesting magical and other natures through teaching of wizards, better understanding how certain people's abilities come to be, and researching the fuller history of many specialized and almost niche subjects. But its exact inner workings, how most of it works, and the infrastructure is unknown to you. You just know by reputation. And honestly, it's been just kind of a bookish place for you.
Well, a lot of our work has led us here to kind of. We've been dealing with situations in Baldur's Gate with devils and the Flaming Fist,
Interesting.
and just trying to level some things out. I'm a little messed up. I could explain it a little better in the morning, but I was wondering if you had some kind of training that I could take, at least while we're here, because I don't think we're going to be here for long.
What are you specifically looking to learn? I can point you in the right direction. If you're interested in pursuing the events of the Infernal, I would suggest Silvira Silvakis. If you're
I'm not one for the past. I'm more for knowledge and skill.
interesting. Anything in particular that leads to your inquiries?
I've done a lot of pain. I've caused a lot of pain, done a lot of bad, so I want to do what I can to make it better.
An altruist. I see. Are you looking in the sense of spiritual enlightenment, or are you looking to serve within the walls of Candlekeep itself?
I couldn't stay here, but if there's anything you could show me, or maybe even a possibility, a glimpse of what I could find myself.
There might be something that I can do for you. Of course, I'm at the service of all, but I have an idea. Let me first help the rest of your party, and then I will escort you to possibly to find the answers to what you're looking for.
Thank you.
Of course. But please, I recognize the two of you. You are Mr. Ward, is that right? Yes,
Yes.
Mr. Ward. And I don't know your name.
Mint.
Minth. I apologize. I'm not well versed in the those who act as our frontmen, if you will, the people who go out of Candlekeep.
That's okay. I don't remember your name either.
That's all right. But I recognize you two. Was there anything that I can do for the rest of you three?
Well, you all study magic.
We study
arcane
everything.
arts.
Yes.
I guess I would like to kind of study the differences in magic. I know sometimes people get different magics from different places, so if you kind of have something about that.
Are you looking for something more in the range of differences in schools of magic, or are you looking more closer towards its origins?
Origins.
Interesting. You're interested in the weave. I can put you in the direct area where you need to be, and I will show you right to that. It's actually on the way to where we're going to take you, Mr.
Zeren.
Zeren. Mr. Mayan. Very good. And you?
Marin.
Merritt. And your surname?
I don't have one.
Mrs. Merritt.
Yes.
For you, sir, I don't know if the scholarly or the library would be to your interest, but I'd be happy to take you there if there's something you're wishing to learn.
Yeah, where's your Hall of Records?
For me.
Records.
Or more specifically, war conflict.
Interesting. We can take you to the subsection of the library that deals in more current events and historical matters. We'll need to deepen your inquiry a little bit more to be specified, but war and other such things are kept in great detail from differing perspectives to offer a more complete idea of what was going on at the time. Very fascinating. I've actually been there myself a few times. And for you, miss?
Nothing.
I see. Will you be accompanying your friends?
Sure. Yeah.
This
Sure.
should be like your Candyland. You love books. You were learning from some wizard guy in the other city.
You're a student.
What?
Nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
No,
Is this
on
your
the
first time in
wizard way.
Candlekeep? Something about you seems very familiar.
She's very inspirational in Baldur's Gate. A lot of people kind of tend to her look.
Do you know actually what's happening here?
I don't
Okay,
think so.
Make a persuasion check then.
Wait, but I do.
Yes, but
So-
he's the one who said it.
I'm
Can I
just trying to
help him?
defend her because I can kind of feel.
I
like-
will say, well, what would you like to say in addition?
Well, because you were talking about like, oh, she's great in Baldur's Gate.
She's
or
just
something.
popular. People like how
Yeah,
she looks.
just-
Yeah, so they copy her
Rowan's.
look.
Ooh, no, I would not say her name. Yeah, no, she gets around and she helps people. She's just kind of we're all a little altruistic,
Ah.
so to speak.
You go ahead and make a persuasion check. You make a deception check. We'll take the higher of the two this way.
Wouldn't mind to be deception as well.
No, because you don't know what's going on with Rowan. You're just
Oh.
persuading because she's famous.
That's gonna be 14.
It's gonna be 21.
Okay. She kind of looks over at you and says, "Well, we are happy to have such a person of renown. I apologize that I didn't further know you. May I take your name?"
It's
Cavell.
Alina.
Alina. pleasure is
Wait.
all mine, Alina.
Ow, you're hurting me.
Sorry, we know.
Goodness, are you okay?
What?
No, it's okay. Here, come this way.
Yeah, I just like there's a slight scorch.
A little bit of zap. Just a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit of zap.
shocking grass, a little bit of electricity.
Is there, so this elf is going to go ahead and take you down to the path of the library, so to speak. You two are not held by any such inquiries. You basically have a job. You've been told to report to Silvera. If you wish to do that now, you can also do it later. I want to kind of deal with you guys first, not deal with. I would like to start your story off here.
Yeah, we can go. I mean,
I want to do something before we go.
I'll accompany you, whatever.
I want to look for
You
something
do.
very specific.
Oh no.
So Candlekeep is, magic books and everything, right?
Absolutely.
So you would assume there's a lot of wizards.
Fair point, yes.
So they would have a lot of familiars. And when
Also-
those wizards pass away, the real familiar, like the cats, would be alive, right? Technically, no?
Not the like face slash.
Well, it's not a concentration-based spell, but when actually, you know what? For this
They're
one,
part
I'm gonna
of
have
each
you make an
other.
Arcana check.
Arcana check. Really?
Yes. Really. Because you're a druid.
That's going to be 11.
11. You do not know what happens to a familiar when their wizard dies, but
Okay.
you do know that there is a large amount of basic pets and whatnot that people usually train with. Some of them are just kept as like house animals or pets. Others have more specific things that are taught to them to accompany other rangers if they're seeking knowledge in how to train beasts to be loyal, to follow their movements, and to better hone their abilities with others.
Okay. I want to go to a place where I can buy pets and invest a couple
Shit.
of gold pieces
Okay.
to get like different kinds of pets, which I would assume would be like good for familiars or previous familiars. If I'm able to ask the staff member there.
Okay.
Fantasy.
He's going to the pound.
There's one
Okay,
guy
the
who's
arms
just
of
kind of like
angel Sam
sleep.
McLaughlin.
You walk into basically what is essentially like the zoological exhibit.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you go in, there's just some guy kind of like leaning up, and as the door kind of rings, they're like, "Whoa! Hi there!" Takes off his hat. Hi there. How can I help you today? Dwarven man with bristly brown and kind of patchy beard, no eyebrows, balding. Has a very large purple hat that extends past his shoulders that has been knocked off, and he like quickly puts back on as you come in. He's like, "How can I help you, sir?"
Do you guys sell pets here?
Wasn't sleeping. What? Pets?
Yes.
Yes.
Familiars?
We don't sell familiars. Familiars is a more magical spell that is cast typically, but we do sell pets.
Do you guys have any trained?
It depends what kind of animal you're looking for, I suppose. I
Any?
mean, you can train a cat, but I wouldn't train a cat. You train a dog. Dogs are good. Have trained dogs.
I'll
Yeah.
look into your dogs.
Okay. I suppose come with me. He, like takes out a ring of keys, like kind of moves it around. You are presented with two dogs in particular. There's one like kind of husky. There's a husky, white-haired, like piercing blue eyes that like sees you come in and kind of like stands up. Its tail kind of like nervously like wagging one and one. There in the other stall is a beagle that is bounding up and down, and every once in a while just goes shoo, shoo, and like reappear in the same area.
I'm gonna take my glasses off because I'm crying.
Is there any that's like really old?
He's one
The
of those people.
is like, well, that husky is kind of reaching its golden years. It's spry, but it's definitely into. I think about. I'm sorry, you okay?
Just love dogs. It's fine. Keeping it together.
Okay. This husky is proud 7 years old now. This is probably our oldest dog that's trained. The other ones are, well, we humanely, if we cannot take care of them and fulfill their needs, then we expedite their passage. It's sad, but there's only so much you can do for an animal.
Oh, heck no.
This is a fantasy realm. We're not killing animals. Every shelter is a no-kill
Hold
shelter.
the phone. I know there's a campaign here, but we gotta stop this.
I will turn this whole campaign around, probably.
I'm trying to like,
PETA?
I'm writing the
You're
line
never
of like,
gonna get to
well, I
hell.
would really like this
You're
like to
just
be a
gonna be PETA.
no-kill
We're already here,
place,
they
but like
kill
this is
animals.
also medieval times. Like, they probably wouldn't.
He's looking at me
That's-
weird.
that's
Kill
fair.
it.
No, fuck
Yeah.
this. Canon, they don't kill animals here. Okay.
I was gonna say, wouldn't they just let him run away?
That's a little. That's like almost
Feed him to the
guaranteed.
dragons. It's okay.
Jeez,
That's worse
even
than humanely
worse.
putting them down.
I'm gonna ask how much for both of them.
Both of them?
Yes.
I'll
They're delicious.
25 gold each.
Nah, I'm here with him.
see-
Uh-uh.
because I did math in my head, I'm gonna say, how about 50 for both?
Yeah, that's
Sold.
I'm just gonna give him the gold.
Alrighty. You're given the husky and the blink dog. That
Nice.
blink dog
Blink
is
dog.
trained. He's like, so you
Dog.
you have to understand that this one here is Roger, and this is Felicia. He's pointing to the husky for Felicia. Roger
be the other way
is a blink
around.
dog, and he will blink at every time you say, "Go." But and he kind of chuckles like, but it is important that you say, "Here." Make this gesture, and he will return to you. Because a blink dog can go very fast, very quickly, and you will very, very much lose it very quickly.
Can I invest another gold piece to buy like food and stuff?
Yeah, so we can absolutely take your money and give you stuff that we would. Yes.
Okay.
You go ahead and buy a.
Alright, so I invest 51 gold pieces.
Yeah.
I
You
take
now
it.
have. He also provides you with a leash, like hold on to it. Leash is enchanted to limit its ability as long as this part is connected to its collar. When that is removed, it will then blink of its own accord.
Like a pin,
Kind of. Yeah.
like a safety.
Yeah. As long as it is leashed, it will not blink. If it is unleashed, it will be unleashed.
I just take the leashes off and I start walking out. Like, come here, come here. And I just start walking out with them.
He like runs towards you, like boom, boom, and comes to you, like full on tackles you, like ass over tea kettle, just like
Like you-
glides. It begins like really going at your face, like hard.
I'm so glad I don't live with you.
I got 2 dogs now.
The Felicia just kind of like looks up at you, and is like, hmm? They're like staring at the two of them, like being tackled and blinking around.
You're a sweetheart. I like this one.
Make an animal handling check. Both
Oh,
of you.
God.
Oh yeah.
I've rolled more animal handling checks within these last two episodes than I have in the entire
9.
campaign.
8.
7.
Oh my god.
But I have
of druid
treats. I
are
have
you?
treats.
Roll
oh,
with
did you get
advantage.
advantage for the treats?
Who's a good boy?
Worse.
15.
Okay.
You're a good boy.
Roger loves you, and
Hell
he
yeah.
has just met you. Felicia could take or leave you, but tolerates you.
Same.
She is slow to love.
Same.
Nope, I'm not making a backstory for this dog right now. Okay.
Why not?
The elf leads you to the library itself. You make a quick stop where you're like, our weave specialist, I can't speak today. Our weave specialist is a gnome by the name of Tinner.
Tenor?
Yes, you may call her Professor Tinner, and she will be happy to help you with any inquiries. I feel like this would expedite your search a bit more. There is quite a substantial amount on magic, its origins, different theories, but for at least introductory, to answer the questions you have, to ask better questions, I would point you to her.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And she kind of like gestures
Speaking of
to the
magic,
door.
can you let go of my arm now?
Oh, yeah.
There's like a mark. Scorch.
And I walk away.
Alrighty, we'll go ahead and
Like
revisit
5
Professor
black
Turner
dots.
in just a bit. She takes you to the library next. She says, now, if you are looking for any kind of... That's right. You were looking for records and you were accompanying him. Alina and... I'm sorry, your name, sir?
Oliver.
Oliver. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Oliver.
While we were walking, I wanted to fill him in telepathically. Just,
Okay.
They don't like me here. Don't say my name, please.
He's a simple man.
I don't want you to be that out of the loop.
Now, records department is kept here. Specifically, inquiries into war are going to be found under the third section here. It will start with the most recent events, and then the farther back you go, the more you will find it. Basically, it is set up based off of region, with ours being the closest. So the further out you go on columns, are going to be the further away from Candlekeep you get in terms of places. The farther back you go chronologically, well, to the left, will be
Take
chronologically
back.
going back. So, I hope you find what you're looking for, Mr. Oliver.
Is it like one of those complexes where it just looks infinite?
It's a long, long record room.
Dewey, you fool! Your decimal system is played right into my head.
Ah, yes, Mr. Dewey.
Damn.
I've let the proper people know that you're in here looking for records. You have the time to your disposal. We do close at sundown, though, just for light purposes. We don't want to overexpose the pages and evaporate the lettering on them. Some of these texts are very, very old, so we try to get this much. We try to do as less here as we can. Now, you are accompanying him, so you are all good to go. Sorry, a lot moving around today. Let us go ahead and take you to where we're looking for. We'll go ahead and return back to you in just a second. Zeren, you go. You're taken past this library into a small little courtyard with an open, ceilinged structure. The entire sky is always visible no matter where you go, but walls are set up all around, and there are even doors and archways that cunningly didn't live into other places. She says, "Please wait here," and like goes over to one individual who's like sitting down. It looks to be a dragonborn, gold one. She kind of like whispers in the ear. He's kind of sitting down, just kind of thinking. Looks up, nods, stands up. He's wearing kind of, I want to say like the Goku sort of like.
Like a, I know what you're talking about. It's a robe.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily. It's a.
It's a, not,
A
it,
gi?
it's
It's like
kind
a
of a
gi.
gi,
It's a
yeah.
gi.
And he walks over. He says, "It's good to meet you. My name is Ryan.
Ryan.
R-I-A-N.
Okay. Hi, Ryan. I'm Zeren.
Zeren.
I was just wondering if you could teach me something that would help me, I guess, make the world a better place.
Interesting. What do you think makes the world a better place?
Being able to right wrongs.
Being able to write well?
Right wrongs.
So you're not looking to do good actions in of itself, but as a reaction to injustice.
Only in myself, as far as that goes. I feel like after what I've gone through, I think the way you were saying it is probably more accurate.
More accurate?
Sometimes it's a new thing for me. I've had difficulty putting it into words. I'm not the most caring person. I haven't been.
You wish to change your heart.
I guess so.
Changes to the heart aren't an immediate process, you understand? Walk with me. And it kind of takes you like through this area. You see other people like similarly in meditation, others are fighting. Like this looks to be kind of a monk part of the establishment of Candlekeep. Walking aside you says, "What you feel that you have done, do you think that there's anything that cannot be forgiven?"
I'm not to say. From where I am now, I feel like what I've done has been some of the worst in the city, so I would say there isn't.
It's not on you to be forgiven. It is on the other person to forgive. All you can do is make amends and try to turn onto a better path. I'm sorry, it won't happen again. How do I make it better? That is where it starts. The acknowledgement of what you've done, the promise to never do it again, and the direct turnaround from where you were.
Okay. And is this training, do you have, I mean,
You're looking for an answer that's more complex than what I can answer in using just words. Words.
I guess what I'm asking for is a method, some kind of technique that I can carry with me. That'll help me, because these are thoughts, skills, ideas I've never had to use before. So maybe something new.
Die to yourself.
Die to myself?
Every morning, you have to destroy every want and every care that you have for yourself in lieu of the other person. It doesn't matter if that other person is a tree that looks like it's not supported on its own, or a bird that looks like it has a broken wing, or a person with a problem. Where you could see the opportunity to take, instead give. To be cruel, to be kind. Kindness is how we truly live forever.
So,
Old tomes, everything in that library, they exist, and they'll exist as long as that paper holds them. But a good action is repaid over and over through the lives of everyone who exists.
well, I guess I better go out and learn that.
It is not easy, and you must forgive yourself when you're not able to. But this is the method you're looking for. And you guys begin to walk a little further and to go into deeper discussions. And he asks you about your past and whether you choose to disclose
Most
what
definitely.
had happened. He takes everything with like very astute nods. There's not really a judgmental face. Even when you talk about trading people's souls, he doesn't really like widen his eyes or anything. He just simply nods to most of this. He accepts it, asking questions when it's appropriate. And you have this discussion so long that it gets close to dark, which is where we'll go ahead and pick up with you two. You guys are on a treasure hunt of some sort. You're looking for something.
I'm just going
Friendship.
through every volume I can find to try and prove that the conflict I was in was real.
Excellent. You're assisting him?
Yes.
You may both make an investigation. One of you can make it with advantage. Either way.
Since you're familiar here, I will let you have the advantage.
You take the advantage.
No, you insist.
Fine.
Okay. Them history rolls on high.
Oh no, I get nothing to history, but
No,
It is an investigation.
oh, investigation?
Yes, sir.
Oh, then 22.
Oh, holy shit.
I'm not gonna worry about it then.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Save them rolls.
Yep.
The period of time you're looking for is definitely within the time frame of 1160, somewhere between 1164 and 1132. You find all major conflicts across. What's beautiful about this whole thing is the way that it was explained. Made like kind of a weird sense to you, where you're able to kind of find, okay, this is what I'm looking for from this area, and you pulled out. You look at orcish excursions and whatnot, and while there are conflicts of that sort, there is not a specifically mentioned an event in which there was a large war of orcs versus humans. There are similarities enough for it to be like, well, wait a minute, I kind of know about, like, this kind of sounds familiar, but this is done with wrong details. Like, it looks like the story that you remember is cut and pasted from a bunch of these smaller little conflicts into a narrative that overarches, but they all happened in different areas across, frankly, different years. And yet, this is the closest that you come to finding specifically yours, but it's all wrong. This doesn't make any sense.
I'm going to snapshot one of the books, kind of think for a second, and go, none of this makes sense.
What do you
I
mean?
was in this conflict, but I
Uh-huh.
also remember this one, and this one down here.
But that would make you. How old?
Technically speaking, since they all occurred between the 32 and 64, it's all within the same time frame, but the problem isn't when it happened, it's where it happened. You have stuff that's happening over here in Waterdeep. You have an excursion that happened close by in Keoland. You found another one that was just over in the woods of Sharp Teeth. Like, all this is spread out over a period of time in which some of them even happened almost simultaneously, where there's no way a person could transit over there unless by magical means. Like, you can probably make the argument, but everything is less likely than the truth that maybe what Oliver remembers isn't true. And especially from the probing you've done beforehand, you can make this assumption. Thumbs up.
You
I'm
know
just-
that's not.
I know.
Right.
I'm standing here and none of this makes sense.
Can I try something?
Okay.
Do you trust me?
She takes her glasses off.
He can't see without his glasses. He needs them.
Sorry.
Yeah, I guess I kind of have to.
Okay, I don't know if it'll work, but worth a try. I'm gonna cast a spell magic on Oliver.
Roll.
I wish I was there to inspire.
Okay.
Well, hold on. It is late. Your conversation would have been dismissed, and you would have known that the library closes. So if you'd like to be around during this, you can, but you'd be walking in right as she's about to like cast this.
Do I notice that she's about to cast a spell?
It looks like she's got her hand doing this. She's doing her witchy thing.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna start playing her song.
Okay.
I think. Oh, hold up. Let me
Yeah.
double check. Cause
Yeah, I'm gonna give you inspiration on this one. Make it happen. Let's
Let
be
me
fun.
Okay.
see what mine is now.
Let's see if this works.
A kind and generous.
All of this,
DM.
and then it does nothing, right?
Yeah. That would be.
Honestly, that's what it is.
I gave them every advantage, kids.
Yeah.
I.
Yep, it's a D8 now.
Thanks.
Ooh, hot and spicy.
So here's the thing.
Yes.
I don't really dream,
Yo.
but I've seen this happen in my dreams.
Vision.
That is a 23.
20 was the DC. As Rowan raises her hand and chants the incantation, as you hear the song of Zeren being played in the background, you feel a very incomprehensible feeling wash over you. It's almost like you get your lights knocked out for just a moment. Your face becomes flush as you begin to glow. And you see two wings sprout out of the back of Oliver
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
about time. What's his face?
as he flies off into a bookshelf and falls prone across it in what looks to be almost a vegetative state. His eyes open, his eyes gleaming bright.
Don't worry, I've got this. I've seen this before.
I've seen this.
Okay, maybe not the wings. but the glowing,
After a minute,
but-
the wings retract in, the whiteness, the blindingly white glow dissipates, and you see like his eyes open up, and just almost like it's rapid eye movement. They're just tracing all over the place, just looking. It looks like he's mouthing words.
Like he's
but-
watching a billion movies at once.
Yeah. Foaming at the mouth. his hands are.
I'm gonna put like something in his mouth, I guess. Ugh.
Oliver, you get kind of a crash test in all this.
Of course.
Breaking through every barrier, you begin to see like each of the memories that you have are kind of like ripped aside to reveal a different, more prominent memory. Storming a large keep in Avernus, fighting fiends across the river Styx. You see one of your last memories is falling into the river, and the next is presiding over a bunch of like demonic figures looking over like. You hear in Infernal something you understand say, all I'm saying is that the best solution is often the easiest. If we modify it heavily enough, he'll forget he was ever our problem. And then you wake up in the dark, across, on a bookshelf, uncomfortably splayed out. You raised your hand.
Oh no, I mean,
throat.
I just don't know if he's gonna tell us all this. So I was gonna see if I could have casted detect thoughts. if that
Absolutely, make a wisdom saving throw.
would- Me?
You chose to do this right when all this was happening. Yeah, you're gonna get some information. Even surface level is gonna be
Is your
dangerous.
intelligence 3 or lower?
Me? My intelligence is 3 or
I'm just
lower?
kidding.
No.
I make wisdom save throw.
You do.
I
You.
hold up. I want to make sure that's not. Oh, that's dex.
Checking time
18.
just to be smart. Okay, 18. Beautiful. It's too much information to handle.
Okay.
You can either maintain the spell and try to like watch it all, but it's gonna give you epilepsy. Like you're going to have a physical effect from this if you continue. It's like straining your eyes. It's like
Yeah,
It-
I'll pull out it instantly.
All
Do I
right.
get anything from that?
I will say that you see a very large amount of ripping and tearing. At one point, you see like what looks to be a celestial court and two people cloaked in white fire who place the insignia with the gloved hand holding a flaming sword and putting this sigil onto a place of armor and place it onto the form of the perspective through you're looking at.
So the same as the shield.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Toy. Okay.
Toy.
Oliver, do you want to say anything after all this?
Is this?
This is the transitional mode.
Okay.
You are both now. Everything
Okay.
we've talked about up to this point, off camera, is flooding in, and it's a lot of information to handle. So you can't recall all of it all at once. But
All
you
I
know,
know is that I'm knocked against something, and you two are standing over me.
Jude, what is going on? What is that?
Grabbing you and throwing you away from me.
I was just standing like next to you. I didn't like get up to you, but okay.
Well,
Okay, go
I'm
off.
trying to leave now. I don't know where I am. I don't know what's going on. There's overlapping.
Exito. I knew it. Hi,
Greetings.
I'm Zeren.
I don't touch mortals.
I'm
Oh,
Zeren.
okay. Wow.
Acknowledged.
It seems you've been with us for some time, at least in physical. What are you here for? Do you know?
I actually don't. I
Where-
don't remember a whole lot. I remember plummeting towards the river Styx,
River
and
Styx.
then
STYX.
No,
Yeah, gotcha.
I was walking towards a city with a woman in red, which I believe is you.
Yeah.
well, you did
I-
come into the city with him, no?
I did.
Okay. I mean, what were you looking for in these books?
I don't understand.
What, Rowan, what were you looking for?
His past. Oliver?
I know not of an Oliver, but it seems familiar.
Well, then. Well, if you've nothing to do with your time, we have a wonderful group of people. You could spend time with us, maybe get a little information where you are. We've got a big journey ahead of us, and we sure could use some help from someone as divine as you.
Divine.
I mean, look at him. He's glowing. He's got wings. What do you want me to say?
So you know your place.
Ew.
Suppose I can protect you all for a while.
I would be honored.
And with that, I'm going to go ahead and transition over to you.
Yeah.
You're standing in front of the door to this professor's area.
Yeah, Professor Tinner.
Yep.
Okay, I knock.
The second pair of door handles turns underneath you, and she opens. She says, "You kind of look over. It is this like cloud-like haired gnome, big spectacle glasses.
Yes.
She's got a oh gosh, what is it? It's
Knapsack.
huh?
Harness.
Backpack?
No, not a
Overalls?
backpack. It's the overalls. Yes, brown overalls with a white shirt.
Oh,
she says,
nice.
"Hello, can I help you?"
We stand.
I kneel down because it's respectful to get on people's eye levels.
Okay.
And I nod my head and just, hi, yes, my name is Mary, and I was told that you would be able to help me out because I'm trying to research origins of magic within people, I mean.
Her eyes go wide and reflected in this like super big bifocals. They like fill up. She's like, "Oh, that's quite an inquiry."
I guess, I mean, to
I'm-
make it more simplistic, I can narrow it down for you if you would
Well,
like.
sure,
but-
sure. Come on in. You don't need to be standing in the threshold. And she kind of like pushes the door in. She's like, "Tea? Do you have tea? I'm making an oolong."
That sounds lovely.
She goes ahead and she has a small to scale kitchenette where she is able to give this. She's like, "You'll have to bend it down."
Yeah,
a
no,
little
I
bit, so-"
just sit on the ground.
She goes ahead and she pulls up a couple cushions. She's like, "Well, what are you looking to find out?"
Well, I know that there's a lot of different ways that people can get magic. I was raised in a temple, and I know that there were priests and priestesses who could do magic, and I have a friend who studies magic. But I just have been.
Can do it.
Yes.
You can't explain why. Just something that you force into the world.
Yes.
You've got magic blood.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once upon a time, I thought I was blessed, like the priests and the priestesses, but I can't do the things that they do. I do things that are a little bit harsher.
Interesting. Well, if you weren't taught these and you're just able to produce magic as it manifests, then you, my dear, are a sorcerer. You have magic in your blood, as funny as it sounds. The weave being complex finds its way into regular folk like you and me on a regular basis. A long time ago, we suspected the origin of many sorcerers to falsely come from descendants of bards who would find their way into paramours with monstrous beings, sometimes dragons, which has been long since half-proven. But in other cases, you could find a connection with some of the outer planes. I suppose there's a few different ways you could be getting it. Some ride tides of chaos and have it in their blood from being next to areas that have it affect their own system, and then it's passed on to their progeny and begins to manifest the same way that we see tieflings develop from exposure very long down the line. Do you happen to know any specific skill set that would help narrow down how your abilities manifest?
Well, sometimes if I get really angry and I focus, I can cast this, like, green energy, and it seems to doesn't really hurt people, but it's like makes them unlucky, kind of.
Bane.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm familiar with most spells. Learned a bit of it myself, and kind of like uses Mage Hand to like tip her tea in.
Yeah, Merritt like focuses on her teacup really hard, and nothing happens. She just picks it up and takes a sip.
It takes a long time and deep commitment and study to understand how magic can work for a layman. But if you're able to cast it and manifest it through your own forcing of it appearing in reality, then I would say, and I would bet pretty heavily, that you get your abilities from a divine nature. Do you have any relatives that you knew that prescribed to a certain faith, or...
I was raised in the Church of Lathander.
True. Now, but what about your parents? Difficult to find the origin this way, then.
Well, I mean, I know that she kind of like tucks her hair behind her ear to show off the.
Well, it is hard to discern what celestial being or lineage you may be from based off of just your race and alone. It would have been hard for just your family to been the indicators, but whoever it is, you can be certain that there is an extra mortal being somewhere in your lineage, whether it be one of the many servants that serve the gods, or a goddess, or God themselves. You have.
I don't think that, but.
We are out of here.
Get the fuck out! This is my scene. Leave.
Hi, highlight
Stage
reel.
class.
Good to see you.
Nat.
Well, whether or not you think one way or another, we have the facts that it would only manifest through a certain way. And it could be very far down your lineage. If you knew one or both of your parents, it'd be a little easier to qualify which ones. But as it is, I'm no fortune teller. I can't tell you something that I don't know.
Yeah, no. I guess I don't know. I was always afraid it was something bad.
And what if it is? Let's say that you're a descendant of Mirko, god of death. What would that change you?
Did it hit your eye?
You cut me in the fucking eye. That stealing whore flew right in my eye.
Damn. You okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna be fine.
Healing
I'm just,
word.
Yeah.
He's take bless. Add a D4.
Yeah, Mary just kind of like thinks about that. And doesn't
Would it suddenly make you want to do terrible acts, or do you feel like you are you, regardless of where you came from?
I wouldn't want to do something terrible. I mean, I try not to do terrible things. It's
Indeed.
been harder recently.
We decide who we are. Nothing gets to make that decision for us. I've been telling this to students for years. It is your own actions, not of those who came before you or those who came after you, that make you you. They or you. No. I'm not going to do Dr. Seuss on this. What you have to ask yourself is, even if you get your abilities from Asmodeus himself, understand that if you choose to do good with what you've been given, that should be your gift to use freely.
Okay.
Yeah. Give a big ol' bird to the king of devils. Do good instead.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm going to see him next week, so.
What?
Nothing. Oh, wow. This is great tea.
Would you like to all reconvene at a certain area?
Let's party. I mean, what?
Does anyone have a
I
napkin?
guess.
Yes, wherever.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
we
let's
have
all
a
meet.
common like living space?
Don't they
that we're
have
staying in
dogs?
for
I
now?
want to see these dogs.
There is a.
Okay.
Oh, wait, that's true. I forgot. There's other.
You're gonna be so excited for the dogs, you're not even gonna notice. Like,
Oh
that
my
you have
gosh.
wings? Yeah, that sounds like me.
He's just gonna be standing there like.
Yeah, no, Merritt comes, like, rushing in, and, yeah. Hi, Oliver. Hi. Okay, so,
what did everybody learn today?
I'm now making it a
I
point
thought he doesn't have his wings out anymore.
to try to stay on his right-hand side
Okay.
because I don't know, like I still kind of feel like he wants to run away.
Okay.
So I'm using my bard style to like kind of appeal to him and keep him with us.
Okay. You staying on the for the, like the creative brain or whatever?
Huh?
Or I'm,
creative brain,
I'm just
yeah.
wondering
Well, the
why
right
you picked
hand.
right. Yeah. Okay. I got you.
We went to the library. Um,
Are you okay?
this
Me?
is Merritt.
I detect a great goodness from you.
Okay, Oliver, sure.
There's also
not.
something we should tell you. Do you remember the name Exito?
Yeah.
Is Rhea with us?
She probably would have accompanied outside of like Merritt's area and followed her when she came. She would be like, yeah, Ray's here.
Because he just said.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah,
Rhea
what
told us
Rhea-
the story, and just, like, the story. But that's just like a legend. Here,
It is no jest.
Ray's like,
So I did something.
What did you do now?
What
You
did-
know how I
What were you doing? I was just helping you out. I don't know.
remember when we
The
took
red
the
woman
stone and I
probed
got
me.
rid of the
Yeah.
spell on the.
Oh, so you did that again.
I did that,
Sounds disturbing.
but on him.
It was.
There was some sort of magic on him, and this is not Oliver, but sorry. Go ahead.
He never
Sorry.
really was.
I don't know where we are, but I detect a great evil. It has been following me since I got here and have reawoken.
I like
I
adjust
cannot-
the shield on my back.
Does he not have like an opinion? Do you still have? You have different armor now, right? You don't have the.
Nope. It's-
well, yeah,
about
no,
the sword?
his armor is different. You did
Oh,
get
okay.
different armor because you got it from the oh gosh, what is it called? The
Yeah,
axe.
Well, the
The
dwarf.
lo-
Yeah.
yeah.
But
The
you
sword is
still
the
have
same
this.
though.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you noticed the sword yet?
No, I haven't. I've not.
Okay.
But I noticed there's
All right,
evil
well-
artifacts nearby.
Well, have you checked what's on your back?
And then
As you take it out and look at it, the last name is written clearly on the sword. R-E-Y-A. And then Mantlemorn.
Can I be like peeping over the sword, or are you trying to keep it secret?
I mean, he doesn't know what it is anymore.
Oh, so I'll be like,
Oh.
and then I'm just gonna take
Do
it
I
and
see that?
bend it over my knee and throw it to the ground.
Make a strength check.
yes.
Do it. Do it. Can I get advantage with divine fury? Or?
fuck it, yeah.
Can I play a really cool song for him?
Just a guitar
string.
Yeah, absolutely inspire him. You have the freedom to do so. As you see him like gripping tightly, you're just like, I'm gonna be into this. I don't know what it's about, but I'll do it.
Let's go. As soon as I see him like lift it up.
Just straight strength, right?
Yep.
Get it.
Oh, jeez. 17.
17. As you break it over your knee and throw it to the ground, you will take 6 points of slicing damage.
Did you do it the wrong way?
Throw it to the ground, and you will, as it kind of sits there and kind of smolders, it begins to turn to black sludge as it begins to like acid eat the area around it. And you do see, standing in front of it is a single crow that goes, ha, 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 ha.
Can I beat it with my loot?
Yes, go ahead and make an attack roll with strength.
I was gonna see after seeing him destroy his artifact, I kind of felt like I need to like.
Sure, go for it.
So
Go ahead and roll and hit it.
strength, you said?
Yep.
Okay. Boom. Oof. 4.
4. You try to hit the bird.
Wait, do I hit?
You don't hit.
Oh.
You don't. You rolled a 4.
I don't know what's bird.
10 is the standard plus the dex. It would have been 13.
That's a hard to hit bird.
You you swing the loot, and though you miss the. Look, it's probably not 13. It's probably closer to. It's 10 for sure. I'm thinking of a dexterous animal, probably 12 at the lowest.
Okay.
This bird will like fly out of the way, but you will break your loot onto the ground of this campus if you want to.
Can I put my hand out and try to catch the crow?
Oh, fuck yeah, let's do it. Go ahead and make a dexterity
Well,
check.
if we're breaking,
A dexterity check?
Yeah, this is not an animal handling check. It would require it to be an animal.
Well, I'm not trying to attack it. I'm trying to just like.
Yeah,
coax it.
you're trying to grapple it.
No,
Grab
I'm
that.
not trying to grapple it. I'm trying to just like, oh, hello.
Okay, sure. Then this would be. This would be persuasion.
Okay.
Persuasion? Oh,
Yep.
okay.
wow.
Fuck me. Are you fucking kidding me?
You guys wasted all your 20s earlier.
I don't know what I didn't do wrong.
Uh,
didn't give
It's a 10.
it's a 10, so
I've
that's
seen it.
So that's gonna be a 16 total.
16 total.
Yes.
It
You're
does-
welcome. Thank
with
you.
a 16, like going like this, the bird goes onto your wrist,
Oh no.
hops up to your like around here, and tries to peck at your eye.
Okay. I'm going to cast. I'm touching it, so I'm going to cast Bestow Curse.
Holy shit! What are you gonna bestow on it?
I am going to curse it so that whenever I attack with a spell or attacks in general, it's a 1d8 in case we need to fight it.
Okay.
And then I smack the fuck out of it.
All right. Well, it would have
Hold on.
pecked you for a 14. What's your AC?
My AC is 14.
You'll take 3 points of piercing damage as it doesn't hit your eye, but just above the eyebrow. It's one of those cuts that bleeds right into it.
Great. Now I have another fucking scar.
Yeah. But as you like backhand it away and bestow a curse onto it, its form shifts into that of a small little imp. This one has like a rat head, little beady ass wings. Its scorpion tail just kind of like simmering away. He's like,
Can I get the spear?
Why are you
huh?
I want the spear. I want to take out the spear.
You take out the spear.
All right, I want to.
It says, you think that breaking your loot or breaking your sword breaks a contract, but that's not how any of this is going to work. Crixus,
May not break it, but at least lifts the weight for me.
it's still bound, man. That sheet music is locked up tight. That and your obsidian contracts.
Well, now we know what we need. Say goodbye to our friend, why don't we?
Yeah. Abjure enemy.
We just all like.
What?
You have to make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm sorry, wait a minute, what the fuck are you using right now? Do you already have the stats for the paladin?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit, he got it,
I've
baby.
had him locked and loaded, just waiting.
Let me go ahead. That's a 3. I don't care what he has for magic. He fit. Wait.
And if you're a fiend or undead, you roll with disadvantage.
Okay, I was gonna say. Nope, that 3 will remain. I don't even care what the actual stat is because there's no way it saves against your DC. So what happens with Abjure Enemy?
He cannot run away from me.
He stuck there. He's like, okay, that one's new. Listen, you don't want to kill me. I can. Hey, stop it! Stop poking me!
What do you think would be best, Exito?
Hey, come on, guys. I'm just a messenger. I had to follow you all the way from Baldur's Gate.
Are you associated with them?
I absolutely am.
Well, there you go.
I mean,
Ow,
we
ow,
could
ow, ow,
just-
ow, stop it! Stop! Birds! Why does it hurt?
Rowan, you and I could take care of this pretty easily.
While they're talking, I'm still just.
Sure.
I'll take care of it.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know what you're thinking right now.
No, I'm just saying we got all these great fire ass cantrips. Like, fuck
Yeah,
it.
you're stressed. Rowan is a little out of it right now. Sorry.
That's
She
fine.
is-
It's weird to go back home.
Dude, Oliver was the one in the party that she was like closest to, and
Now he's gone.
he doesn't know who she is. So she's
Yeah.
like, poor baby.
Well, there's glimpses of you, but like it's all.
That's okay.
Continue.
You know I'm not an enemy, and that's what's important.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I cast Shocking Grasp on it?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay, cool.
That's a
And
roll to
then
hit,
Where's
right?
Bestow Curse?
Also, being here at Candlekeep doesn't help.
So that's going to be 11 points of damage
Oh.
plus 7 points of necrotic damage.
That boy is toasted.
Cool.
You reach out, grab this thing. He's like, "Is this don't kill me?" And you fry this guy insides and out, where you see his skeleton flash black and white from your grip, and you just turns into dust in your hand.
That was beautiful.
Y'all are in the party, by the way. I don't know if I described your entrance, but you're there.
They walk in with their
I
dogs.
just walk in. I walk in holding the
dog
husky on
bleeds
this side and the beagle on the other. So what do you guys have been up to?
What did we miss?
What? What?
This
What?
is Exito.
Exito, this is Mint and this is Edward.
You like dogs?
They're delicious. I'm kidding. They're good companions.
Where did you get
Oh,
this
there he is.
Look like
He's in there
Oliver?
somewhere.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Looks like Oliver, right?
Yeah,
the
definitely
same.
still looks the same.
I'm just gonna look
Sadly.
at you guys like
Actually,
super
actually,
confused.
His wings. How did you get these?
Point of clarity, they only last for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
never
They're gone.
mind.
You're good. You're
They're
good.
gone.
Okay.
It's not just
I
walking
got
around.
confused.
Exito,
Yeah.
have
That
you
would be
ever
cool,
heard
though.
of an Oliver Clozoff? And what do you think about that name?
I think they should put their clothes back on. I don't. Truly a poor taste of joke.
Aaron starts crying. He's gone. He's gone.
Zeren is just.
But I suppose you're right. I will need a new name in this realm. Perhaps a Craven. Craven Moorhead. No.
Then
Yeah,
what
look
are
at
you
you.
gonna choose?
May I name
You
you?
may call me
You will
Exit
take
for
10
now.
points of lightning damage. no.
Yeah.
I'm
Why
gonna-
don't you literally just keep the name you already had?
Oliver?
I
To
do
be-
suppose.
To be fair, Exito, you do have the same memories of Oliver. Like, they're still there.
I'm sure it's all frazzled right now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely
it's
system
been a-
It's
shock.
still like settling in, I guess.
Yeah. Suppose if you know me as Oliver, it may be okay for you to call me as such.
But do you remember us?
There are flashes and glimpses. I remember you vaporizing a giant worm.
Yeah.
I remember dragging you to your father. And I remember me and you meeting some sort of Hell Knight or Hell Rider, those amateurs.
Well,
Ray is like, amateurs. I'm gonna get my arc.
And when I get my character arc, I swear to God.
I'm gonna walk up to you, Oliver. It's like, well, Oliver, you look radiant. And gonna put the husky on you.
The dog looks over you.
well,
It's like, okay, never mind.
The blink dog, like, is like in the middle of the party, just kind of like, wait, is the leash on?
No, I've taken off.
Alrighty, it's in the middle of the party, just kind of looking around. Goes over, like, starts sniffing at
dog
everyone's
can-
feet and whatnot.
Yeah,
God,
I'm getting used to it. Like, come here.
depression.
Like, right into the chest.
It's like, now
I
stay.
like dogs. I mean, Rowan does, but like.
You have a weasel, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Better.
Yes, sir.
As Exito, am I going to recognize the shield on her back now?
You do not recognize the shield. It is a more recent development than something you've seen.
Okay. It's a modern thing. Boomer.
Oh my God, stop
Yeah.
it.
Do you want to ask that about that?
Oh yeah. Shield. Pop it down.
Oh, not this again.
How's your day?
You know, it's been all right. I've been enjoying the open air more, but I am itching to return back to Avernus. Still, can't complain. Been a better couple days and been a bit better week than I've had in a while.
So, you remember how you were telling us about Exito?
I am aware.
Ta-da!
Turn me.
Facing him towards me.
Yeah.
I was uncertain before I saw him, but there's something different. Something there that wasn't there before.
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up.
Is it sweet?
Almost kind.
God.
But he was mean.
Yeah, honestly though.
Yeah, that's on me. This is...
He wasn't kind.
They used to talk about you in the old realm. You actually hear it coming into all of your voices, like you were the left hand of the gods. You made all sorts of problems and fixed a few more, probably accidentally. I've heard of you, but we've never met. I'm Gargalf, the Hidden Lord, and you are Exito.
AYE, not
yeah,
not.
yeah, I got you. You do not retain the full strength of your power. Your aura is barely returned. No, you are not the Exito we heard of. Not yet.
How can you cling to such a young, divine woman here?
Because I have offered my help in return for my way back home.
Your home belongs in the bottom of the sticks.
Yes, quite. I will be free of my bonds, and I will be on my way. And until then, I have sworn fealty to the one who wields me.
I would keep close watch on your shield.
I am. We never go too far.
Did you tap it?
Yeah.
I went for a high five. I'm like, wait, no.
No, yeah, I just tapped the top of it.
Where would you like to go from here?
I need a
Bed.
weapons merchant.
Yes, sir.
For the next couple of hours, I'm just gonna constantly speak with animals, and then just try and find out the more information about these dogs and their 7 years of life for one of them, and however old the other one is.
I hang out with him and these dogs.
I just like after getting an answer, I just tell them, hey, yeah, they told me this.
You can't speak with animals.
Yeah, I'm a druid. I have to. It's a staple.
He's so
It's a staple. You're right.
You knew this moment would happen, Brad. You signed up for this.
Should have been ready.
You let him have 2 dogs.
Fair enough.
I
You
gotta.
let him be a druid in the first
Dogs.
place.
All right.
One for the
I'm
blink
happy to
and one
see
for the
literally
heart.
everyone. I'm curious about everything, but I'm afraid of a few different things. Okay, I can do
One for
this.
the blanket.
Alrighty. Which one do you want to talk to first?
The
Hang
oldest
on.
one.
What's
But
up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Are any of these priests or monks gonna recognize who my title is, or anything?
Exito is
Isn't
not
my
something that
title.
is very well known. It's almost like a cult knowledge where like there exists one person in hell who is still fighting. Like that's kind of like the small tale or small bits you can get. If you want to go back in the library and see if you can research your name, you're welcome to. It is closed currently though. The monks though, nobody would like recognize you. You're not like a figure that has statues built of them. You're not commonly known of.
No, I just wanted to see if they could point me in the direction of weaponry.
Well, I probably do that. Honestly, if anything, you can come to me. If I'm tired, I'll be there. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I need to help you now.
Well, I appreciate your help. You are but a mere man, but I do appreciate it. And I go, here, you seem to deal with these, and I throw him my coin bag with all my money in it. Bring me back weaponry.
He thinks about running.
You get 79 gold.
Awesome.
Holy
All right.
That's
so
rad.
I will bring him weapons.
All right.
But
And
not the
then
money
keep the
back.
rest.
But not the change.
Like when mom and dad tell you to go to the store?
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
a
Is there
long
anyone
sword and a
with-
shield.
Long sword and a shield, the best
Yeah.
I can find.
What a nice young lad. I can see why you travel with him.
Yeah, Zaren's lovely. And he's a fantastic musician.
He's a musician?
Yes.
That would explain the smell.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I thought all my.
Well, yeah, so Zaren's a musician, and then Rowan's a wizard. She's super talented.
And
She
I
knows
see
a
you have
lot.
some sort of dog enthusiast.
I just turned.
35 gold pieces.
That is
Or
not a whale,
I get?
by the way.
Sword and shield.
They still not
Well, I'm trying to
fish.
get him. Is that like
Okay.
the
But
best
they
we
do
can get right
swim
now?
Yep.
sometimes.
Okay.
That's true.
And then Minth and Everard joined up with us recently, but they're nice.
I come back. I wasn't even running. I just could barely carry it. But-
Just gonna thank you, and then like tussle his hair.
It messes up the smooth undercut. Oh, hey.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
But I'm just like, okay. That's not necessary,
Here you
but
go,
thank
here
you.
go, here you go.
All right, look. I'm going to give this to you. And later we're going to have a discussion you're not going to like. You want to talk to Felicia first, was that right?
Yes.
The husky? All right. So you cast Speak with Animals. She's kind of just laying down, kind of like head in her paws.
Aww.
I mean, the spell is cast, but do you want to talk? Like, you got to start this conversation. She doesn't know you talk.
She won't know until,
I just look at her. So you're 7 years old.
I'm 49.
So you're 49.
Yeah. You can talk to me?
I can do this every now and then.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. Have you served under any other master?
Oh, I've had a few people that I've, my humans, you know, who see me for a time. There was a little halfling, small one, that I used to hang around a bit. But one day I was waiting for her to come home, and she never did.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, it just got sad.
And I was with a
okay, Russ.
halfling man. I think she might have been his cub, and I hung out with him for a bit. And then I eventually stopped seeing him, and I came here, and that's where I am. They're good here. Got plenty of food. They could be less stingy with it. And I go for nice little strolls and a nice big old plain. It's nice here.
That's good to know. And it's like, well, you're gonna be with me now.
Okay.
We're gonna get a house.
Yeah?
And you're gonna live there till the rest of your life.
Tail starts wagging.
I just start talking to the beagle then. I'm not gonna bother Felicia
Hi.
anymore.
And okay. Just like pump
get
myself up. It's been a
Use
long
that
time.
caffeine.
Yeah.
Use that
I'm
caffeine.
gonna tap into that. I'm gonna use the last
in there, it's
10%
in
I've
there.
got. This is where all the roleplay energy is going.
These
It's like, hi.
Do you have a name?
Yeah. What's your name?
My name is Everard.
Hi, Everard.
What's your name?
What?
What's your name?
My name is Roger.
Roger.
Yeah, I'm Roger. What's your name?
How old are you? Dies.
No, don't say that.
I mean, it's a
I'm 10.
Nice.
That's
Nice.
a fey creature though, so like.
Have you served under any other master?
What?
No? Okay.
No.
Anyways, Felicia. I'm just gonna talk about them. Talk
Okay.
to them for the rest.
Sure.
Just chit chat.
Sounds good.
I give them treats every now and then.
We just hear constant barking.
Yeah.
This is like the
I'm in the corner sitting down. Oh, I just dropped my
It's
phone.
just like,
You acquired a strange group of traveling companion, young Merritt.
I don't know. I kind of wish I could do that.
I mean, it well, the priest always said that you have to have a lot of different hands on deck. You know, everybody has different sets of skills. I can't talk to animals. Can you?
No.
No.
Although I don't see the usefulness.
He also sees us as like subpar
Yeah,
at
dude.
best.
What do you, I mean, so he smells, you know her, you think he's strange. What do you think about us?
I think you're all strange, but apparently you've been traveling with me. I must not be the easiest to get along with.
No, you make very crude and vulgar jokes.
That
And you
sounds
have-
nothing like me.
And you have the tendency to really not really use your words, but more use your fists.
That does sound like me.
Oh, you're very good at ripping people's arms off and hitting them with them.
Oh,
I call it
Yeah, that's
Oliver's
what-
disarming strike.
That's so much better. I usually just called it a hand job.
I knew you were
I'm glad we got that on. Thank
I
you,
don't
Lexi.
understand. What is... Why are you...
I'm glad to know that there's still Oliver in there somewhere.
That was a little too much, Oliver.
A little bit
For
too
my
much.
taste.
But that wouldn't be Oliver if it wasn't too much.
it's true.
People seem to be upset about something. I don't quite follow. The woman in red looks particularly uncomfortable.
She's just like
I'm
that.
gonna cast Detect Thoughts on Rowan.
You're casting Detect Thoughts on Rowan?
Yes.
Cool. Surface level stuff. What do you
Bro,
get?
she will be able to, like, she knows if you go in her brain.
I don't
No, I don't know that.
Yeah, he doesn't know
It's
that.
a somatic
That's
spell, verbal and somatic, isn't it?
Yeah?
So,
I
Oh.
do that in the open all the time.
I know. So she
He
just
really
knows
does.
that you're like prodding and prying.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we think it's a nervous tick, but he's just...
So what's the surface
like
level stuff
that.
he gets?
What do you want?
Okay, I'm gonna read her
I
mind.
can't.
I can.
Well, if it's at that
I have
point,
mind link. I can just
Oh,
talk
yeah.
to him.
Yeah.
so at that point, it's
It's
just
like when
mind
your
link.
parents
Just
knock on the
wasted a
door, but they
spell
open it
slot.
Well, I don't
anyway.
know that. That's the thing. I wouldn't have
This
known.
is he's using the spell slot to discover this information.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that.
Okay,
So this
sure,
is how
sure,
I'm,
sure.
I don't even like. I'm sure he stands there for at least 10 seconds, just glaring at you like, "Was that you? Sounded like you, but I didn't see your mouth."
Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you been able to do that?
2 weeks.
Didn't you
Yeah.
hear the shield say I was?
Yeah, you did.
You were
Did
with
I?
A
us.
Yeah, you
Kalish
did.
star,
I
yeah.
thought I
but it
didn't-
doesn't know
I
what
thought
that
I was the only
implies.
one that
Oh,
like.
yes, I remember that night. Me and you ended up doing the dishes after we cooked. I'm grateful.
I thought I didn't hear the shield.
you did.
No, no. It
Oh.
spoke to everyone.
Oh,
It
okay.
made
We were
it.
at the dinner table.
Yeah.
It was our family
but
dinner.
Zaren's spacey.
So, you know, it takes a lot to get by in Baldur's Gate.
It's the life. But okay, well, what's going on? I'm not gonna talk out loud. I'm just gonna.
Okay.
Like I'm probably not even gonna
How's
look
your
at
head?
you.
How's your heart?
Yeah. Just what's going on?
It's weird. It's Oliver, but it's not.
I mean. Yeah, but what are we gonna do about it?
Just want to get out of here.
Then let's do it. Let's make sure we have. Who knows? Maybe he's even stronger now. If he's just like what we've heard in the legends, then maybe he can help us get where we need to be. And it sounds like he needs to go there too. He just doesn't know it yet.
Okay. Convince him. I'm gonna go to the library.
While they're talking, I
Break
turn
in?
to Minth and just. So there's somebody here that your boss or something, right? She knows how to plane shift. What was her name?
Yeah.
Silvera.
Silvera?
As
Yeah.
soon as I
Vera
hear that-
Savicus.
As soon as I hear, I'm like, oh shit, we didn't report to her.
Yeah, 2 dogs.
just leave.
but
We got dogs instead.
He stands up. Oh God, with the dogs.
Just running out.
are you still barking or are you speaking common?
Yeah, are you talking to her?
Switching, code
He has
switching in
trouble
between.
switching back.
He accidentally says, "Oh shit," and dog.
Roger's like, huh?
his
That's all
his
Roger says
tail
now.
gets really, really, really still.
He's like, no, like he. Well, alright. So maybe we could talk to her. Maybe you could introduce us tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, sure.
Tomorrow? Oh, okay. I just sit back down.
What time of night is it?
I started playing with
It is
Roger.
just a little bit past. Took you a little while to come back from. Well, man, I don't even. I mean, 35 gold later. It's gonna be around say 7:30ish.
Yeah, we'll just wait till tomorrow.
Is she gonna be mad?
Does she even know we're here?
Probably. Do you know who she is?
Yes.
Okay. I mean,
Well,
was gonna
maybe there's
explain
been
my
Tell me
dogs.
what to do, mister. I don't even know what a whale is.
He does not know what a whale is.
He is a druid who does not know
it's
what a
alright,
whale is.
Oliver. I get it.
I've been in hell for centuries, and I know what a whale is.
Well, I've been living under a rock apparently.
You are a druid.
In a pineapple under the sea.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
I will say for the sake of brevity, you are able to find accommodations within Candlekeep without taxing yourselves. With connections that you have to Fallister, with Minth, and with Everard, you guys are able to find lodgings that can pass you to the next morning. After breakfast is had, did you? Yes, sir.
Oh, no. Go. I'm
After breakfast is had, did you guys want to go and visit Silvira, or would you prefer to do something else beforehand?
I want to see if I can make my own drum.
Fuck yeah, let's do it. Go ahead and, well, first make an investigation check to find the materials.
Okay. Is the broken lute possibly usable?
You want to refor? Well, no.
No,
The
no
reason
way.
when you smashed it to bits, it also turned into acid.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah.
Cool little
Perhaps the
extra
imp.
It's
Oh
like
yeah, it's all
imp skin
dead.
drum?
It's well, no, it's
Oh,
dust.
It's ash. I was
Oh.
gonna say imp skin drum would be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck's wrong with you?
I mean,
What?
they have to have
Drums
skin
are
on
made
it.
from animals.
Yeah.
You're the one who's been preaching tiefling
Since
rights
it's not
all
animals,
day.
Okay, it's an imp,
Technically-
not a
I would
tiefling.
say
Is
an
It's
it
a
imp would be-
technically vegan leather?
Well, it's still I guess.
Well,
Not
he's
an
like
animal.
that.
It's
Merit does
feet.
for morning prayers, yada yada.
You got yada
Yeah,
yada. This
but
is
it's
an
not from this
important
plane.
character thing you do.
Character.
Doesn't make
Yeah.
it not murder, but doesn't make it
The
doesn't mean
flavor.
I'm not okay with it.
The
Fine
flavor.
print.
Like really
Um,
tiny fine print.
I don't know. I'm gonna see what there is around. I'm gonna see.
That's
You know what? Is there some kind of wizard that deals in materials that would be able to make a material that would be more resonant? Or
Yes. Yes, there's a person. They're not a wizard, but there's someone in Candlekeep who can do this for you. Go ahead and make an investigation check. We'll figure out, this is just for time length, like how long it'll take you to find them based on this roll.
11.
Excellent. About 45 minutes happens after going and getting wrong directions one time and finally looping your way back around. There's actually a very prominent performing arts section of this area. And bard magic is definitely something that's studied here. Material-wise, you are given presents to a Goliath, who kind of deals with a lot of stuff. They have glasses on, but one of them is like an extremely high-level scope to like look at details and whatnot. They're like, being that I can help you.
I've recently lost my instrument in freak accident, really. And I was looking to, kind of go back to my roots. And I want to make my own drum.
What's your weapon, kid?
Weapon.
Oh, you're looking for something.
Yeah, the drum.
A lot of bards use their stuff as casting.
Oh, yes, most definitely. And in fact, I would love a drum. The one I had before was okay, but I just want something a little bit more powerful, a little bit more resonant.
Is that right? Well, I'm pretty handy with my hands. Give me 5 gold and a good portion of the day, and I could probably have it to you by this afternoon.
Could I give you 3 gold and some hands?
That'll do a bit fine. Let's go and make this.
Sweet.
I am Sumon.
Suma?
Sumon.
S-U-M-A-N?
S-U-M-O-N.
S-O.
Very close, very close.
Wonderful. Awesome.
Go ahead and roll a dexterity check.
$14.
So the assistance that you provide to him is basically mapping out and helping like make measurements for like something that is catered to you. Takes you half the time. By noon, you have this drum. Since you have a hand in making it, you want to describe how it looks?
I definitely do. I'm gonna shift the colors a little bit on it because he wants to kind of move towards a new direction. I'm gonna keep the natural wood on the outside,
Okay.
and then is there if I can dye the skin or whatever before I put it on, I would love for it to actually be a green color.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah, we'll do a green color.
Alrighty.
And then I guess it's got some really nice, like, intricate, like, painting that he did himself
Yeah.
on the sides in gold.
Okay. It's like, this is pretty good work. I think that we've done something good here. What do you think?
I think the best way is to figure it out.
All right.
See how.
You know how to upkeep this resin on the wood. Make sure you properly, you're bard figured, but you come in with amateurs all the time, and they think, oh, great, a viol, and then 2 weeks later, they're like, it won't sound the same no matter what I do and tune it, and I broke one of my strings.
I've been playing in Baldur's Gate for years. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know. I wish you well on your way, Mr. Zeren.
Thank you, Simone. I hope to be in your service again.
Anytime. Alrighty. Anything else anyone wants to do before the yes?
I want to wake up earlier, go for a walk, and then just stop at Severa's house like as early as possible.
To Silvira's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
You
or
go-
to her office.
Okay.
You go without all of us?
She's my boss. She's not everybody else's boss.
Oh,
Well,
she's also
your
my
boss.
boss.
Yes. That's on you. I'm there.
Hey!
I didn't show up the night before. I'm gonna be there early.
Alrighty. You are there. You are met by her closet familiar, Jezebel. And Jezebel's like writing something with a pen, just like bit by bit. She's like, what?
Is she here?
Not for you.
Okay. Just leave.
Okay. Anything else anyone else wants to do? Okay. So you guys are taken to the walls of a circular tower chamber where Everard was at very briefly, like 5 hours beforehand. Tower chamber are punctuated by arched windows that are currently shut, bookcases with eldritch volumes that stand between windows, while tables are crowded with specimen jars, alchemical equipment, and other clutter. Engraved into the floor of the chamber is a large 9-pointed star. A middle-aged tiefling dressed in wizard robes stands by one of the windows, caught in a fugue of intense contemplation. Perched on the corner of a nearby table is a spindly little demon with warty green skin, buggy eyes, and black horns, and a whip-like tail, Jezebel. And she looks over at you guys. She says, I can't tell you how pleased I am to see you. What have you brought me? And that is where we're going to end the episode. Thank you so much to Requiem, Coffee, Tea, and Fantasy. Thank you so much to Corporate Streams for putting us on the internet. Thank you. You want to do the thing?
Oh, thank you to Keller Kellogg for all of our amazing artwork.
And we will see you in the next episode. Thank you all for watching and have an excellent night.